Just let me adore you, oh honey. I'd walk through fire for you. Just let me adore you like the only thing I'll ever do. I'd walk through fire for you. Just let me adore you, oh honey. I'd walk through fire for you. Just let me adore you, oh honey. I'd walk through fire for you. Just let me adore you like the only thing I'll ever do. Forget all the faces you missed. You followed the words from the case. Settle the bets for the change. And I couldn't balance your pain.
Baby, let's escape from all the weight in the room. I try to let the sun shine in, but it won't come through. Walls are closing in on us, can't open the door. This place where we once found love can't seem to endure. When we go left, right, we won't find that there is brightness way beyond. But if we cover up, go on and hide, maybe I think we might get stuck in the shadows. What we used to know. Signed up for life. Wish we could break free from what's blocking the light. Open up the blinds and see what's left there to give. We can up the sky, baby, if we just commit. Not going left, we will find that there is brightness way beyond. But if we cover up, go on and hide, maybe I think we might get stuck in the shadows. open through.
Spend about a month for 20 days. And we going round and round playing silly games. They say slow it down, not right now. And don't go. Touching and teasing me, telling me no. It's time I need to feel you hide it. I don't wanna hide it. Spend about a month for 20 days. And we going round and round playing silly games. They say slow it down, not right now. Then you wink at me and walk. Spend about a month for 20 days. And we going round and round playing silly games. They say slow it down, not right now. Then you wink at me and walk away. Let it be known. Spend about a month for 20 days. And we going round and round playing silly games. They say slow it down, not right now. Then you wink at me and walk away. I don't wanna hide it. Just lose control. Ride it, my soul. Ride it, make me feel you. Ride it, turn the lights down low. Ride it, come get your toe. Ride it, my soul. Ride it, make me feel you. If you lose the club on Saturday, you're acting like a diva saying you don't want days.
Boy, girl, what's good? I can get so high up in the sky, you need a parachute. Bet 100 mil on the grind, bet I never lose. I just blew by 3,500 on a pair of shoes that I don't even like. I just bought them for tonight. I just caught another flight. I just signed another check. Told my pilot take me to the money, gone in 60 seconds. Poof. Gone in thin air like a magic trick. Got that type of money, make a stripper cut a backward split. Got that type of money, got that type of money, got that type of money, type of money, got that type of money, got that type of money, make a stripper cut a backward split. Poof. Gone in thin air like a magic trick. Party somewhere off the Cayman Island. I had 100 bad bitches and a plate of salmon. Got this one chick in particular, she outstanding. But if she don't get no mileage, she gon' throw a tantrum. At this Vegas pool party, you know I don't do no swimming unless you talking about these women. In that case, I'm all up in. Took a week off in Los.
Have a snapshot to go back to in case something goes wrong with that. I think that's really, really awesome. But again, it's experimental. It's not something that I recommend everybody use, and it does cause your system to use more RAM than it normally would use. So keep that in mind. If you have a memory constrained system, you probably don't want to use ZFS. And if it's a mission critical desktop or laptop, you especially don't want to use ZFS, but it's fun to check it out and see where this actually goes, and you can get your taste as
Hey, welcome everybody to the H3 podcast, the #1 happening place to come and feel good and to party and just feel hype all the time and be stoked on life. All these other podcasts you watch, you put on, you're like, this is depressing. This podcast, they are not funny or insightful like H3 podcast is. I'm all of those things and more. I'll be whatever you want. Just please keep watching. Today we are joined by Logic, the musician, the artist, and the rapper. Of one of my favorite guests. We've had him on before. He's a friend of ours. We have a fantastic conversation. He's in a really good place with his new album that just came out, which I believe is his 6th studio album. No Pressure, it's called, and it's being critically acclaimed. Everyone's loving it, including myself. Great conversation there. This episode is brought to you by Ridge Wallet. And I also want to give an announcement before we throw it to Logic, is that we have this new members program. Our schedule has changed a little bit. You guys may have noticed. We are now going to be posting our episodes on Monday and Thursday. Those are going to be our 2 weekly episodes at 8 a.m. for the working man. I'll tell you guys why we're doing this. I went in YouTube Analytics, you can see a heat map of when people are watching your channel the most. And we were kind of fascinated to find out that people are mostly watching our content during the week, starting early morning, because these people, these are working salt of the earth people.
We were posting on the worst days.
Saturday is the worst day to post content for our channel. So what we're doing, is Monday, Thursday, 8 a.m. is when the podcasts are going to go up. And then for members, we are going to be doing a Friday live stream for members only. So the Friday live stream is going to go up for members only. It's a 3rd extra episode. And really, I have to emphasize that for non-members, nothing changes. It's the same 2 episodes every week. The 3rd episode is kind of a new beast where we take suggestions from the audience, we take calls from our members-only Discord, and we can. Besides that, we're going to react to content that we would normally cut from our podcast, which is stuff that like might get us mature rated or might get us claimed, and we always go like, oh, it's not even worth it, so why bother? That kind of stuff we can throw in there on the Friday live stream because we don't have to worry about an algorithm suppressing our video or some copyright trolls blocking it worldwide or something. I wonder if they could block our... That'd be weird if they blocked our VOD.
The VOD of the stream?
Yeah.
I mean, that happens. That could happen.
Well, anyway, the VOD will be available for members. I know people are upset that we're making content behind a paywall, but you really just have to understand that, like, we're in a situation when we've lost a lot of our sponsors, and we really need to just create a stable baseline for which we can continue to make our content and expand the podcast and buy stuff like the Gatsby and what's something else we wasted a lot of money on something else, didn't we?
We did, but it has not been revealed.
Oh yeah, we have something really big coming up that we've wasted like way more money than Gatsby next week. It's exciting. And like, dude, there was this. You guys remember that tiny little mobility scooter? With us today is the Bobby Hall, aka
All right.
Logic, who has just released his 6th and final studio album, No Pressure. And I'm happy to say I'm very excited. And I am with them. Critical acclaim. Everybody is loving the album. I've listened to it several times. I love it. It's great.
Thank you so much,
It's so
dude.
good.
It's a fantastic album.
I appreciate it. I
And-
put a lot into it.
Beyond that, he's also now a dad.
I am.
So what does that make you? you are yourself a junior, a Bobby Jr.
Yeah.
And your son is named also Bobby.
Yes, he's the third.
So are you you're now a junior and a senior?
Yeah, it's kind of. I'm like it's like the. Yeah, I don't know. That's a weird thing to think about. I never thought it was just fucking blew my mind right now.
Yeah, you've transcended the junior. Does your dad call you Junior?
I don't really talk to my dad, but he
Oh.
would just call me Bobby, just Bob.
Bob.
You know,
Yeah.
I love the name Bobby. We were considering that name at some point for a girl though.
Oh, Bob.
Yeah, IE,
Yeah.
Bobby. I actually have a funny story about that to start shit off. So my buddy, or I'm not trying to flex, but JJ Abrams.
Oh shit! You know JJ?
Yeah, that's my dog. So I was texting him one day, and he was like, "Yeah, I'm here with Roger Lynn," and Roger Lynn is the creator of the MPC and the fucking like the Lindrum and all that shit that Dilla and so many of us make hip hop beats on. And I was like, "No way!" Tell him I like thank you for everything. And then he got him to write me like a little note. And I was like, oh my God, I can't believe it. This is crazy. So it said, to Bobby, thanks for using my instruments, but he spelled it Bobby. And I didn't give a shit. I was like, I'm still going to frame this and put it in my studio. So JJ was like, cool, I'll mail it to you. And then mind you, this is pre-corona. This is like 9 months ago. So he's or a little longer than that. And he said he's going to send it to me. And then like a month goes by and I text JJ and I'm like, hey, so, don't forget to send that thing. And he's like, oh, dude, I already sent it. You didn't get it. So it got lost in the mail.
Oh no, because of the spelling?
Yeah. No, it
Like
just got
they-
lost in the mail.
Oh.
No. Because JJ sent it to me to everything normally. But just Roger Lynn fucked my name up and spelled it like a woman, which is fine. Whatever. Sometimes I feel that way.
Okay,
I'm just
welcome
kidding.
to
So after I told JJ that, he was like, don't worry, I'll get him to send you another one. And I'm like, don't bother this guy. And he's like, he's fine. He's my friend. So he formally types up a letter, right? And then signs it. This time, because I was joking with JJ, I was like, can you make sure he signs my name right? And he goes, no problem. And then he sends it to me and he misspelled Abrams in JJ Abrams in the second letter. It was just really funny. It was hilarious. Probably not that. Maybe it's not that funny.
So you got
I
it.
thought it was.
You got it. It's spelled correctly.
Yeah, but he fucked up JJ's last name. He spelled it like JJ Abrahams.
This guy, man. You know, it's good that they corrected the spelling because people would not have believed it was yours. They'd be like, "Man, you got this off the internet." For
I know.
another Bobby.
I actually do have a Frank Sinatra sign.
Okay, welcome to another video. Today we're going to check out Bunsen Labs, the lithium version, which got a stable release as of yesterday. So we're quite quick on the marks today. I have already run the live system, however it told me to reboot and then go into this screen to start the installer from here. You do also have an option here to install the image, to load the image from RAM, which is pretty cool. So we're going to start the installer, and of course it's based on Debian 10 and it uses OpenBox, the floating Windows manager. We will go through the release notes to see what's new as well. I'm not too well versed on Bunsen Labs, so it could be quite an interesting little run through. Okay, English, United Kingdom, and British English. Okay, so it's detecting and mounting CD-ROM. This can sometimes take a little while, so we'll pause the video here and then we'll come back to it once it has finished. Okay, so we're now configuring our host name. I'm just going to call this one Tyler PC, and I'm not going to worry about a domain name, so we're just going to skip that part. Right, configuring network and user account. So we're going to go for Tyler, user password. It didn't ask us for a root password. Right, continue. Right, it's detecting the disks. This could also take a little while just due to the amount of disks I have on this computer with various different operating systems all installed onto their own disk. Okay, no, not too long. So it's starting up the partitioner now. Okay, we're going to go for guided use entire disk. And we're going to use this SanDisk disk here on SDA. And we're going to do a separate home partition. I do like the Debian installer. Okay, let's see how that's actually set this disk up. So here's SDA. We have, that's quite a large EFI partition of 536. We have a 30 gig for our root, and then we have a 34.3 gig swap. So that should enable hibernation. We'll test that out towards the end of the video. And then we also have 63.2 GB, the remaining space, all on home. Right, changes to disk, yes. Right, so it's partitioning the disks now, and then it's going to go into the section where it installs the system. So I'm going to pause the video here, but I'm going to make a note of the time. It's 1 o'clock exactly, so we can see how long this took to install. Okay, so it's telling us the installation has now complete, so that took 3 minutes, so it's 3 minutes past 1. Okay, so it's removing live packages, so we'll add an extra minute on this because this won't take long. I'm going to pause the video now, and then once we reboot, we'll be in our freshly installed system. I will have to very quickly do a screen mirror. I don't know if there's a GUI on Bunsen Labs to enable that. We'll have a look at that and make sure that we've got a nice screen mirror so we can both see what's going on. Okay, so here we are, our freshly installed Bunsen Labs desktop, which of course uses OpenBox as its Windows manager. They did have a GUI screen layout editor, which was AR&R, which saved me having to jump into a terminal and set the output to mirror using XR&R. So we can close that off now. We appear to have a little welcome screen script here, so we're going to run through this. I'm also going to move my camera because I appear to be blocking off quite a large portion of the Conky display there. So let's move me to here. Okay, feels weird being at the top left. Right, so hi Tyler, welcome to Bunsen Labs Linux. This is an optional post-installation script designed to help you configure your new installation. If you do not want to run this script now, you can run it at a later date by entering the command bl-welcome in your terminal. So we'll continue with it now. So we're going to hit enter, type in our password, checking our internet. Okay, we passed that test. Right, so we've got a warning. Warning. While FOSS is primarily about freedom and choice, certain choices are known to carry an increased risk of breaking things in Bunsen Labs. Two of the riskier things are adding Ubuntu PPAs to your sources list, or installing a package that wants a newer version of libc. A couple of the other riskier things can be found at Don't Break Debian. Okay, we're going to type in I understand to continue to the next step. Okay, so it's now going to run an update and upgrade command. I'm not too sure how much this is going to collect, so we might pause the video in case it takes too long. We'll have a quick look though. Right, so the following new packages will be installed. So that's going to install AppArmor, a new Linux image of 4.19.0-10, and it's also going to upgrade quite a few packages here, like Transmission, Firefox ESR, Intel microcode. So what I'm going to do is press Y, and that's going to install additional onto disk 271 megabytes. So it might take a couple of minutes. So I'm going to pause the video here, and then once that's finished, we'll continue with the rest of the steps. Okay, so it's just saying finished upgrade now. So we're on to the next step. You have the PAE enabled kernel installed, and we're now on to Debian backports. Would you like to enable the Debian backport repositories in your sources list? We shall. So we're going to press Y to enable that. Press any key to continue. Also, obviously, you can install new packages from the Buster backports using install-T, Buster backports, and then the name of the package. So we're going to press any key. Okay, we have another backports repository, this time from Bunsen Labs. We should also add that. And of course, you can install again from here -t/-t Buster backports, and then the package name once more. Okay. Would you like to install Bluetooth support? So I actually don't have Bluetooth enabled on this computer, so we don't need to enable any Bluetooth support whatsoever. So we're going to press N for no. Do I want Java? I don't really need it right now, so we're also going to press no for Java support. And we're also going to not bother with Flash browser plugin either. I do like this welcome screen though, and it has a lot of sort of steps for you to get up and running with a few sort of commonly used things. It's quite cool. Dropbox. So I don't use Dropbox, but again, that's very useful for the people that do. So we're going to press no. Install development packages. The remaining screens offer you a chance to install less commonly used packages for developing software. We won't be needing that either. So I do believe that will be the last step. There we go. So we are finished. Thank you for selecting Bunsen Labs. Okay, so before we have a little look around, we're going to quickly jump onto their website and just get their release notes up, just so we know what is new in this release of Lithium. So if we go onto internet, Firefox ESR is our default web browser. We'll go through the applications as well, so we know what we've actually got installed. Let's go on to the Bunsen Labs website. And there we go, Bunsen Lab Linux, and we're going to go to News, Stable Release. Here we go. Right, some major features of Bunsen Labs Lithium include a new dark theme which features custom coloured papyrus icons. Nice, I quite like the papyrus icon pack. More modularity and flexibility, e.g. the BL session can coexist with the default OpenBox or XFCE sessions. Okay, we might also install XFCE towards the end and see how that all works together as well. OpenBox can be replaced with another Windows manager, but keep BL's auto-started apps menu and keybinds. That's pretty handy. Bunsen Labs Sessions now uses JG menu by default with many new features. We have a new init agnostic simplified BL exit script, many improvements to Blob Themes Manager and Conky and Tint2 managers. So here's your Conky here, and of course the Tint2 panel is down the bottom. Improvements to our first boot welcome setup script, newly streamlined and now offering Bluetooth support. I must say that was actually a very easy process, that whole welcome script. I enjoyed it quite a lot. Some default applications have been changed and new ones are added. Installer now supports secure boot, okay, and many other small tweaks, improvements and bug fixes. I'll leave a link to the entire release notes in the description of this video if you want to have a look at that and try it out. So let's get out of this then and see what's what. So we're going to start with the Conky widget here. So it has the host, uptime, RAM, swap disk and CPU usage. And we have some shortcut keys here to let you know how to open things up with the shortcut keys if you aren't quite used to it. So we have run dialog. So that's Alt F2. Let's see what that does for us. Okay, cool. So we can then launch a program from here. Let's give that a test. There you go. So that's now opened up Funar for us, which was pretty handy. And of course Funar is the files manager from XFCE, and we have got version 1.8.4. We have the Alt menu, let's see what that gives us, which is Alt F3. Okay, so it looks like the D menu thing that you'll probably be used to if you've used i3 before. Again, you can type a name of a package up here, hit enter, and then that'll open up the package for you. pretty handy to have that there as well. So we have super, which will just open up the main menu. Okay, so that basically just simulates a right click wherever the mouse cursor is. So that's a right click, and then that's the same thing with the super key, and it will be wherever the mouse is. And also you can open up the menu here as well with a little Flame Bunsen logo. Okay, what's next? We have super and tab. So is that a client menu? So that's going to switch between windows. So let's open a couple of things up. Let's open up Funar, and we'll use the Alt F2 one again. And then let's also open up a terminal. Do we have a terminal shortcut anywhere? Yes, so the terminal shortcut is super and T. So that'll open up the terminal for you, which has got a transparent window. And now let's see what the super and tab looks like. There you go, so you get quite a small Windows sort of tab there, and it will open wherever your mouse is, it appears, which is pretty cool. And then you could, oh, that's quite handy as well. So OpenBox by default, at least the last time I used it, it didn't have the sort of window snapping side by side enabled out of the box. So they've probably set that in the auto, not the auto start, in the OpenBox. I think it uses an